If you're looking for a fancy schmancy pasta dish, this is it.
Starring this deeply flavorful mushroom and tomato sauce.
Oh, combined with homemade, fresh spinach pasta.
This bowl of pasta is beautiful and delicious.
Trust us, you serve this to guests, you'll be hearing about it for weeks to come.
For weeks.
In a good way, you're going to hear about it.
Oh.
Yay, so I'm Chris.
I'm Wesley.
My fancy schmancy Loon.
Totally. Y'all, this is the best
It's
pasta
the bee's
ever.
knees. It's really good. It's something you're not going to want to do on a busy Tuesday night. You're going to, pull out all the stops.
It's a fun date night, get together and
It
cook
really is.
kind of thing.
So let's show them what that
Oh,
is.
this is the homemade linguine, spinach linguine.
Spinach linguine. So we're going to get to that and there's 3 layers of that.
It's
like for me like making bread. It's just heavenly. So let's
And
get
you're
that.
so good at it. I got it.
Okay, thank you. Okay, so while he is doing that for me, we're going to start rocking and rolling on this. I have got we're going to make the sauce. Well, first we're going to make a broth. This is so deeply, if you don't like mushrooms, then this probably isn't the dish for you. If you do, trust me.
Definitely not.
Yeah, my mom would not care for it. So this is 2.5 cups. This is actually homemade chicken stock. We had the family over just this past weekend, and we had smoked turkey, and so I, of course, had to roast some stock to make the gravy.
Right. You bought a couple of rotisseries and made some.
Yeah.
Made your own
So
stock.
if you want to, but you can use store-bought. That's just as good.
Yeah.
Okay, so now, let me talk a little bit, before I do this, let me talk a little bit about what this is. These
So
are
many
called-
mushrooms.
This is mushrooms.
Bunch of fun guys in here.
There were fun guys. 2 of us. Anyway, this is a pound of wild mushrooms. Now, what I did, I used just a variety. I used shiitake, oyster, and baby bella. Whatever you can get your hands on, you want 16 ounces, like a pound of it. What I did was I removed the stems, and that's what I'm dumping into here, are the stems.
Oh, the stems, okay.
The stems, because we were making a mushroom broth that gives it so much deeper flavor. And then I just roughly sliced the mushrooms, okay?
It smells so good
Smells
right
so
now.
good. And then I've got 2 sprigs of thyme, and I've got a bay leaf. And like I said, we're going to bring this to a simmer. So now why don't you talk about what those babies
So
are?
look at these beautiful, these are porcini mushrooms. That's about an ounce of dried porcini. What we had to do is reconstitute them. So we got 2 cups of water and we heated it up in our microwave.
Did you say how much that was?
That was an ounce.
An ounce.
Did I say? I thought I said an ounce.
You probably did. I was looking at my stems.
Well, if I didn't, it's an ounce. And so we heated up some 2 cups of water in the microwave just to get it warm. Poured that over the porcinis.
You want to submerge them.
Yeah, and then we just let them soak for about 20 minutes, and here they are, and they smell so good. And I just want to strain these.
Porcinis, I'm seeing them they're really common, but you may have a hard time finding them, but you can order them online, no problem. I have a link. They are just so delicious, but you never want to eat them without reconstituting them. You always want to reconstitute them.
Yes,
So
and I'm just going to get the liquid out
Getting
of
that liquid out of there, and that soaking liquid. So the reason we strain it is sometimes they can be a little gritty.
Yeah.
So if you just check them, and if they are, then after you've soaked them, just kind of dry them off or get that grit off there with a paper towel, and that's why we strained it.
Yeah.
Okay.
And now I'm going to start to cut. I just want to give these guys a rough chop.
So while he's doing that, let me talk spinach pasta. Let me tell you how we did this. It's so much fun. It's so delicious. We're using our food processor to do it.
It's so much fun. I love it.
First of all, it's spinach pasta, so we need spinach, right? So I've got 9 ounces of mature spinach. I cut the stems off. I made sure it was washed. Put them in boiling water just for like 1 to 2 minutes. You want to get them really nice and wilted, okay? And then you're going to drain them. And then you just want to squeeze all of that moisture out as you can. They retain a lot of the moisture. Then dump them out onto a cutting board. Once they're cool enough to handle, then you're going to squeeze even more of that liquid. I get them as bone dry. Squeeze it. Bone dry as possible. And then just get a knife and give it a rough chop. Okay, so now we're going to start making pastas. So what we've got, like I said, we've got our food processor. First, we're going to take 2 eggs. We're going to put them in a little bowl. We're going to add a tablespoon of olive oil and a healthy pinch of salt, about a half a teaspoon, and we're going to mix that together. Then I'm going to put that into my food processor. I'm going to put the chopped blanched spinach into the food food processor. No, I'm sorry. Before I put the spinach in there, I'm going to give it a couple of pulses just to kind of get the eggs really good mixed up. Then I put the spinach in, give them some more pulses so it's good, fully combined. Wow, this is really going.
There you go.
So then what we're going to do is start adding semolina flour. It's Durham flour, if you can get that. If you can't find that, then you can use all-purpose. And but semolina is really good. Again, you can find it online. That I've got 3/4 of a cup that I'm just pouring in. Carefully try to pour that in without making a mess. And then you're going to start adding in all-purpose flour. And that I use anywhere from 3/4 of a cup to a cup. You're going to notice it's going to start out very wet, and then it's going to start forming a ball. Once that ball starts to form, you're in good shape. You want to have really floured hands because it's going to be super sticky. Pull that out of the food processor. Form it in, if it's too wet still, I mean like really wet, won't form a ball, then add more flour.
Some more flour.
Add more flour. Keep pulsing until you're good. And then you're going to get some plastic wrap and you're going to wrap it and then put that in the refrigerator. Okay? Then you come back after about 15 minutes and we're going to cut it into quarters. And then this is when the really fun part. So we're going to get a very floured surface that we've cut that into the quarters in. And then we're going to just use our palm to press it down into a flat disc. And then you're going to get a rolling pin, and you just want to roll that out into just a normal size rectangle, about the size of, say, an envelope or a little smaller. And then you're going to fold one end and then the other end in, and then roll that back out again. You're going to do that about 4 or 5 times, okay? Then we're going to get the attachment to our stand mixer. We're using our KitchenAid, our pasta attachment.
It's awesome.
If you don't have one of those, there's also the hand crank ones.
Which we started off making pasta with, and I have the bruises from you hitting my
You've got the bruises to prove it. No, they're fun. That's really great, too. Anyway, but we're using our KitchenAid stand mixer, and we're going to put it on the widest setting, and I'm going to put that pasta just straight through there, and it's going to just be beautiful. Then we're going to do that, fold it up again like it's an envelope, kind of roll it out, and do that through the widest setting 4 or 5 times. That's going to really set the pasta so it's ready to be then reduced into like linguine. So then we're going to bring it to the next level, which would be level, let's see, if we start at 0, then we're going to go to level 1, put it all the way through. You don't need to fold it again. Level 2, that's getting thinner and thinner and thinner. And then we're going to go to level 3, and then finally level 4. That's about the thickness you want for, we're going to do linguine. You don't want it too thin. And then we take that attachment off, and we're going to put in our linguine cutter. So we put the linguine cutter in, and then we just very carefully push that.
So much fun.
Oh, that sheet of pasta through there.
It's very satisfying.
It's beautiful. It really makes you feel super special. And then, you're going to want to get a baking sheet. I line it usually. Well, you're going to sprinkle lots of that semolina flour because that's going to help it.
You put some parchment down, and then you sprinkle.
I think I put the parchment down, and then or wax paper, and then the semolina, and then you just pull those strands apart if they're kind of stuck together, and you place them in there. Put more semolina on there. And then you just repeat with the remaining dough until you've got fully cooked pasta.
Yes!
And then we're going to boil it up in a moment. Okay, that was good. So now, if you
want some of these,
take half of your porcini.
I got half.
And
right
let's
here.
add it to that.
Right.
That's beautiful. And we're going to let this. Now you see, this has come to a beautiful simmer. The smell is. I just can't even begin to tell you. I love that smell.
Wonderful.
So we're going to let this simmer for 15 minutes. And then we're going to let it, we're really going to bring it up to a boil and let it go for about another 5 minutes. Then we strain it, and it's going to be the best mushroom broth of all time. It is smelling fancy schmancy. I'll tell you, it is amazing.
I don't know if I'm dressed appropriately.
I know. Well, it's sort of woodsy, so you're kind of woodsy. Anyway, so we simmered that for about 15 minutes, and then I cranked the heat up to really bring it to a boil. Wanted to reduce and concentrate just a little bit for about another 5 minutes, and then we got out our strainer and we just strained it into this bowl.
Yeah.
And then you can discard the solids. And
so we've got this broth, and then we've got the porcini liquid that we
So
use.
we've got serious mushroom flavor, and it's the best. So now we've gotten a nice larger skillet here, and I've got a half a cup of olive oil that I have heated over medium heat, and I've got 2 cloves that I have just cut in
of garlic.
2 cloves of garlic. I know, I always forget to say garlic. And 2 cloves of garlic that I've just cut into slices here, and we're gonna just let these cook a little bit.
Did we mention the other things, the other pasta that you had, spinach pasta?
I don't think we did.
He makes this wonderful lasagna using making spinach noodles and that bechamel.
It's so good.
Oh, it is just
There are some dishes, you know what?
die for.
I know. I've learned over the
You
years.
haven't made it in
a while.
5 years.
That fresh pasta is just spectacular with certain dishes. I think there are other dishes like spaghetti and meatballs that hold up better to dried pasta than when you boil it. I used to try to make fresh pasta with everything that I was cooking.
But
and
fresh pasta can just kind of like break apart a little bit.
Yeah,
more.
yeah. You know what's another really good?
It's still delicious.
Yeah, I know. Totally. You just want a kind of sturdier pasta with like heavier meat sauce type of things. But another dish that we did that we love is that creamy Italian sausage with the fresh pasta. It's so good. I know. Well, it's because
starving.
I know. All right, so finally we've got my heat up here. Finally. Now what we are going to do, I'm going to let this cook for let this go for just another second. Okay, I just didn't have my oil quite hot enough.
Yeah.
You see that
nice
they're starting. Yeah, they're starting to get nice and toasty. It should only take a couple minutes. Okay, now we're going to really amp up the flowers. The flowers. I can't talk. I'm so verklempt. Okay, here I've got 2 tablespoons of fresh cut parsley. I got a 1/4 cup of fresh cut basil.
Basil.
Yay. And then I've got a tablespoon of freshly chopped oregano. Okay.
Smells so good.
Smell is off the charts. Now we're going to put in our sliced mushrooms.
Our wild mushrooms. Calm down now.
Calm down now, simmer down now. And then we're going to go ahead and put in our porcinis that Wesley did so delicately.
Well, thank you. Thank you so kindly.
And then we're going to want to layer everything with some seasoning. So we're going to do a little bit of salt and a little bit of pepper. We'll do some more salt and pepper when we build out the sauce. But now these are going to the smell. I know.
I wish y'all had smell of.
I know.
Whatever.
Vision.
Yeah, smell of vision.
So we're going to cook these until they just get nice and soft. You don't want to get them too overly cooked and mushy. Then you want to have a little texture to them, a little al dente. So this is going to only take about 8 minutes.
Yeah, then we're also going to get started with that pasta.
Oh yeah, this is a good time to get your pasta water, your heavily salted pasta water.
Salted!
Boiling. Oh,
wow.
that is it's beautiful. Okay, so now
You're going to use all of that.
Yeah, that's the broth that we did with the stems and the, oh boy. Okay, look at that.
Yum.
Now I don't need all of this liquid. This was the soaking liquid of the porcinis. I'm going to do about a 1/2 cup here. Ooh. That's all we need. Ooh. And then we finally,
love it.
We've got some of my favorite. Stand back. I've got my San Marzano tomatoes that I love to squeeze. And Wesley hates it because it gets all over him. Actually gets all over
I think you aim it at me on
I
purpose.
do. No, it's just the juices. They know who to target. Okay, typically I'm going to do about this is from a 28-ounce can. I like to do about a cup of them, so I don't do the entire amount. Okay, and then we're going to add a teaspoon of salt, and then a 1/2 teaspoon of pepper, and we're just going to stir that all up.
Yum, and there you go. Dry your hands off there.
And isn't that beautiful?
Yes! And our pasta water's getting ready.
We got the pasta water. So we're going to just basically let this come to a simmer and then simmer for about 5 minutes. It'll reduce down just a little bit. But
so next time you see us, we're going to be getting ready to chow down.
We're going to be in heaven. Oh, look at this pasta.
Yum! Oh, that looks absolutely perfect.
I know. So all right. I get so excited. It's like making bread for me. So now we've got this beautiful, this is about 8 ounces of fresh pasta. We're going to put 2 tablespoons of butter in there because, that makes everything better. And then we've got a 1/4 cup of Parmesan cheese. So now while I'm doing this, let me just tell you. So what we did.
Hold on. Let me show these. Let me show this sauce real quick. Oh. That's nuts. That is nuts.
That's not your mama's mushroom sauce. So we're going to continue just to toss this so it gets nice and coated. So what we did with this pasta, you don't want to, it's fresh pasta, so it does not need a long time to cook. So we let it go I just quickly put it into the boiling water. You may be wondering, what happens to all that semolina? That you use to help keep it separated. It's going to fall off in the water. And don't overdo it. We literally cooked ours maybe 3 minutes. And now what we're going to do is I love this. It's a nice sauce to pasta ratio.
Right now.
I know. Isn't that beautiful? So let's go ahead.
Yeah, put a little in there now just to mix it up.
Mix it all up.
Oh. The color.
I know, the color is so beautiful. It really is. And the smell is intoxicatingly delicious.
Yeah, I'd say that is
That's
gorgeous.
an understatement. So now we're going to do most of the rest of this. I'm going to leave a little bit so I can spoon some on
A
top
little
of it.
topper twister.
A little topper twister, if you will. Okay, so now that is nice. Now, we've got something here called white truffle oil. You can find them in specialty stores, but you can also order it online. I've got a link to that.
It is amazing.
It elevates this already elevated dish to an elevated place, even more elevated. But just be warned, a little goes a long way. So we don't ever do more than 2 tablespoons. I would do like this is 2 tablespoons right here. I do a tablespoon, taste it, and see what you think. We love it. We love it.
It's like I think it's kind of like a really intense garlicky. Just
it's
just,
truffle.
I love it.
Truffle. So it's
truffle.
Mushroom. It's truffle. Okay. Now
are we ready?
It's time to bring this.
Come on.
I mean, I'm telling you, serve this to your guests.
Wow. Here you go.
And what's so
We're
beautiful,
gonna get as close as possible.
like I said, there's a lot of sauce, and that's what I love about this. And that spaghetti just.
Oh yeah, just bring it all over. There we
always
go.
make a big
Come
mess.
on. That's great. Oh Lord.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, that should do it.
A little more. Yes, look at that.
I know. Let me just give you a little more. Okay. All right. Now here, let me give you a little more
Yes,
of
with a little of that on top. And you know what else I need?
this. Yes. Now you want to definitely serve this with some more cheese on the side, and if you could do fresh, that's even better.
Just look at that.
I am
I didn't
salivating.
say when. Oh. No, it's all right.
Yeah, no, you're good. All right, now you got to give me 2 seconds so I can plate myself.
Here, let me help you.
Okay.
Here we go. Bring your bowl over here.
All right.
And I'm
Wow,
just
the
gonna keep-
Loon is feeding me.
Yes, I'm getting
That's
messy.
good. That's okay. That's
good?
Yeah,
All
now
right.
give me a spoonful of that. You guys,
There you go.
it's fun too. People are so impressed
A little
that you,
cheese on top.
that you made. That's all you're giving
Oh,
me?
sorry. There you go.
Okay. Your guests are so impressed that you made the pasta. But even if you do just like regular store-bought fresh pasta, that's incredibly delicious too. Okay,
Okay, you guys, this has been,
a labor of love.
yeah, and you know, this is like the perfect, it's a lot of fun to make with your loved ones. It
Yes.
really is. Hold on, Chris, I've got to get some of this wonderful, look
I'm
at
gonna
Chris,
get
your pasta is
worked-
staying
it worked
together
out well.
wonderfully. Oh, forget about it. Okay, I'm just gonna make a mess. Here we go.
There's nothing like it. Bad. That's heavenly.
Wow, y'all. Oh, I wish you could taste this
I know.
right now.
I wish you guys were here with us.
It is so, I mean, there's obviously no meat in this, but who needs it?
Oh, I was going to say, to make it completely vegetarian, you could not do the chicken stock and just do vegetables.
Oh my, the sauce, the pasta, oh.
Gosh, and you do need some bread to soak up that sauce that's in there. I'm gonna just sit. You guys, I hope you don't mind an hour-long video because we're just gonna sit here and eat it.
That is, no, this deserves 100,000% Loon approved. Y'all.
Oh my goodness, you guys. So this is definitely a labor of love. You got to really commit to it, but you'll be so glad you did because it does take a little effort.
So look at
The
that. Just
results
look.
are phenomenal. And that truffle oil, I tell you.
Oh my God, and that's the perfect amount what you put in there.
You were going to truffle off to.
I know, buffalo.
Anyway, that was silly. We love you so much. We hope you've had a good time. We've had a good time making this for you. And now you got to make it for yourselves. Bye, everybody.
Mwah.